Basketball may reign supreme in this state, but on this day, the Cards and the Cats on the gridiron for the vaunted Governor's Cup, and the attention of every blade of bluegrass will be right here. Glad to have you with us from Kroger Field in Lexington, Kentucky. It's the Louisville Cardinals and the Kentucky Wildcats. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Weather could be a factor. For more on that, we go to Holly Rowe.
This is a bright and beautiful day, but I can tell you the temperature is chilly. Not always used to these kind of temperatures here. They are ready to have some heaters on the sideline. I see players trying to warm their hands. Particularly important for the wide receivers. They do have gloves on, and the quarterbacks trying to keep their hands warm to see how it impacts the passing game here today. Back to you guys.
Keep that super Doppler cranked up there, Holly. We'll look forward to it. So Louisville's offense will get the football first. It was the Cardinals in a beatdown of the Cats in their last meeting.
These are two schools obviously playing in different conferences, but winning this game matters, especially on the recruiting trail. That really helped Louisville last season.
Yeah, and especially winning in that fashion. Like, we're talking about what rivalry? Like, we own you. We own conference bragging rights. A lot of positives.
It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
This offense has it with really good field position. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Baxter. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Gets the back moving. Running right, it's Baxter. Finding got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes. It just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
They'll give it to Isaac Brown. Picks up the first down. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Cardinals come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. To the air on first down. Throwing right. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Bauer. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. First down here for the offense. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. The sure hands. It's Rodriguez. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
One of the things I like about this tight end is he's a target vertically down the field. That was a post route that time, and if you want to try to cover him with a linebacker, probably not going to be fast enough. You want to cover him with a safety, probably not going to be big enough. That's the matchup nightmare this guy can be, and his quarterback well aware of it on that throw.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He's got it again. Maybe a crease. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Kentucky going quickly.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him. Last week, man, he had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game.
Turning it on. Busts through behind his pad. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. They'll run it with Baxter. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And he's in for a 2nd touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone, and I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that is an obvious personal foul. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. They'll start on the ground and Brown makes it past the marker. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. That's reeled in. It's McCoy. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. The Cardinals with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. A give to Brown. Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the 1st down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the 1st down marker.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
It's complete. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Cardinals go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Now from inside the red zone. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Louisville! Gets it into the end zone. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Tight end now in motion. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Snagged in the middle, it's McCoy. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. That last connection left him a little short of the first down, but in perfect spot to attack on 2nd and short. Could be an alley. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Rivalries are the lifeblood of college football, and here are a few of the things that make this one special. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. Picked up 8 yards there, 3rd down and 2.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. After that near turnover, the clock is stopped as they tend to an injured player. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And he had just enough to will that one home. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they run a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And, man, it's all eyes on this Will Stein offense. He comes back to Kentucky, man. He's an offensive savant. Spent his time, obviously, in Oregon. He's innovative. He's got a new guy at the trigger spot. Minchie, that was battling Carr a year ago at Notre Dame, Palmer. They were neck and neck. Minchie lost the battle. Now he comes to Kentucky with a rebuilt roster and a new lease on life.
Yeah, you got to dig to find film on Minchie during his time at Notre Dame, but when you do watch it, you absolutely can see the potential. He's a big guy with a live arm who can also run, and he's going to give this Kentucky offense, I think, a dynamic that they haven't had in a long time with his mobility and playmaking, running the football as well. So I can't wait to see the marriage between Stein and Minchie here and what it means for this Wildcats offense.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Cherry. Snagged out of the air. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. That's caught. It's McCoy. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Handoff for Brown. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Cardinals are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
And I think one thing people don't take into account is not all 4th downs are created equal. Like, right, this is a shorter 4th down. You're on your side of the field. You're down. You're trailing in the football game. So I think this offense might have to take this opportunity to be aggressive, try to make this 4th down conversion, and try to go down the field and get some points on the board.
And the Cardinals will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll take it on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The run inside, it's Brown.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Cherry. And that is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Complete. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if they can take the lead here. First and goal. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Kentucky spends its second timeout here. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Touchdown, Cardinals! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to open this drive with a pass. Finds his man. It's Baxter. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Lets it fly. Wide open. He makes the catch. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 9 team, the Utah Utes.
The Cardinals will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Coach Stein told me coming out of the locker room, they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Motion from the wideout. To the air on second down. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. Just steamrolling the defense. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Hand off for Baxter. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the back. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Right on target this time.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
And the missed connection on 3rd down. Kentucky will be forced to punt.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Louisville's offense has taken the field, and they look ready to go. To throw, it's Cherry. Pressure coming, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Running inside, it's Davis. Maybe some room here. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Caught behind the line. It's Gilmore. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. On the move at the 30. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. He's got 93 yards rushing, and he is a virtual lock to have a 1,200-yard season. On 1st down, it's Baxter again. Touchdown, Kentucky! With that, they grab the lead here in the 2nd half. Give him 3 touchdowns in this game, and now up to 8 on the season. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
The ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, it's Cherry. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
With the catch, it's Davis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Now on second down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Rides the back and leaps it. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure's there and he lets it go. And they can't make the connection on third down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. No fair catches here, looking for room. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Dropping back, it's Cherry. Almost had the completion, just missed it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Pulls it in, it's Crowley. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced the punt. Here on third down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Here on the Wildcat sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Makes him talk to the hand. Might have a chance. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats racing to the line in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of
Snags it, and he's open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. The Wildcats trying to cash it in on first and goal. line. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Cherry. Fakes to grab. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throws for the tight end. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
Quarterback making adjustments. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He's going to take off. Remember, down where you start the slide, and he'll be short of the line to gain. They'll stop the clock for an injured Wildcat. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Howie Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. They'll run for it on third and short. He's got enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 37. The Cardinals kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. To the air, it's Cherry. Finds the tight end.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Third down play from the gun. Here's a heat. And it's a sack.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
It's good. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They'll move the tight end. Grab behind the line. It's Anderson. Made a defender miss. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
And the Wildcats come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. The give on the option. Breaks a tackle and he's got room. Here's a little room there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. An explosive play in the running game. Moves the sticks for the first down, but there is an injured player on the field. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. C.J. Baxter one more time. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Sends it back in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they take it in for 6 more points. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. C-A-T-S, Cats, 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 as Kentucky builds this lead.
It feels like it's been a fast break on the basketball court here for a while now. Kentucky showing the speed all over the field, pulling away from Louisville.
Yeah, taking care of business, taking care of emotions. The battle, obviously, of Kentucky. They're doing everything they need to do.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Complete to the left. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Cherry. Makes the catch. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Cardinals decide to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Caught in the backfield, it's Gilmore. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Barnes. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
And that's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
Just needs a crack to get a return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking to pass, it's Cherry. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's McCoy. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. He rifles one deep down the middle. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Kentucky had the horses today, and they ran well down the backstretch and made it all the way to the wire to outlast Louisville and take home the Governor's Cup. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.